What is up? Welcome to the channel tonight. Once again, I am Dragon Rider.
Yeah, and I'm Spencer, also known as Blibbers. Here, thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. This is it's been awesome. This is video number 18.
18. Wow. 3 months, 18 videos. Let's
18
get it.
videos. Yeah.
But yeah,
And
we
I think
gotta.
probably most of them are probably AMAs with other projects. So that's
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. We're becoming the AMA channel.
yeah. I don't know if that was our intention, but it seems to be turning out that way. So
Hey, it is what it is. Hey, our focus with the channel was to give light, shed light on a lot of these small cap token projects, man, and
mhm.
we're doing it.
Yeah, that's
Hey, however we get it done, that's what we're doing.
absolutely. There's no better way to do it than talk with the devs themselves. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Speaking of devs, we got a special. We got a special project. You know, we don't usually do brand new, not launched tokens yet, but this is our project. So we gotta,
It is.
we gotta bring it out. This is the bring out of the closet of Ewoms Divide. Let's
Yes,
get
sir.
it.
Finally, the long-awaited reveal. I know we've alluded to it a few times
Yes.
on the show, but we haven't actually full-on talked about it. So I'm super excited to get the information out there and just I don't know, share what we got going on here.
Yeah, absolutely. So go ahead. Explain your role and
All
what
right,
you
so
do.
I am the founder of Ewoms Divide, so I guess that makes me the head honcho, although I don't like to think of it that way. We are an official LLC, so I'm the majority owner in that. And I'm also the lead developer. I do pretty much all the development side of everything. Um, and sorry, Henry just said make sure your washer is off. That cracked me up.
Yeah.
You're not doing laundry, are you, bro?
Not tonight.
Uh,
Not tonight.
yeah, yeah. Spent Primer says CEO. Yeah, I guess you could say CEO. I don't particularly like that term because it sounds so pretentious, but it is what it is.
It
I'm
is
gonna
what
call
it is.
myself the I'm gonna call myself the founder. How about that? Founder slash lead dev. So anyway, yeah. So Ewoms Divide is I guess you could say a GameFi project overall with a focus on bridging the gap between traditional gamers and crypto enthusiasts slash investors. So, like the main thing that we are trying to fix, the problem that we are trying to fix, is that right now there's all these NFT games coming out, and traditional gamers generally want no part of it. When you talk to a normal gamer that just like has an Xbox or just plays on PC, they're not going to go pay $1,000, $300, whatever the price is for some NFT to play a game. They're just not going to do it. Like to them, that's a ton of money. I guess people in crypto sort of lose sight of how much money that really is to a normal person. Um, but it's a lot, like even AAA titles, like Call of Duty, all those types of games, you're talking about $60 to buy the game and play it. And a lot of these NFT games that are coming out are role based. They're not focused on PvP. And what that means is to play, you actually have to buy an NFT to, participate. And that is like you're just like turning off a huge swath of the community of players that could come, right? Like let's say I get this new NFT game and I'm like, yo, this is super dope. And I'm like, Ryder, why don't you come play it with me? And you're just a normal gamer. You're like, oh, I have to do what? I have to download a wallet. I have to buy this. I have to do that. Like, that's too much for me. I'm not, it's not worth it to
Yeah,
play
yeah.
some game that has nothing on Call of Duty or whatever. And so that's sort of like the gap that we are trying to bridge here is trying to make it free to play, open to everyone, and it's fair for everyone.
Yeah.
Meaning that whoever has the most money isn't going to win. There's no pay to win. There's no pay for real advantage or anything of that nature. So that's the gap we're trying to bridge. And then on the flip side of that, we're trying to focus hugely on rewarding holders and passive income holders of the NFT and of the token, to bridge the gap there of people that are only investors and not gamers, right? Because
Yeah.
that's another huge amount of people that, why do I want to invest in an NFT game if I'm never going to play the game? Um, Especially because the use cases for the NFTs are almost exclusively built around the game, right? It gives you some perk in the game. And our NFTs will be similar to that, but with a huge focus on rewarding you for holding, right?
Yeah.
It's all about, passive income. And if you collect all the NFTs, we'll get into this a little bit later. We're going to have a pretty awesome rewards program that we hope is like super beneficial and makes everyone want to participate in that. So, that's pretty much that. Gameplay wise, we are shooting for player versus player, right? So the whole thing is going to be competition. I think that's another thing that I haven't seen out of any crypto game. Correct me if I'm wrong here. I don't know every crypto game out there, but everyone I've seen is not based on player versus player competitive nature, right? That's what drives me to, I'm more of a developer now, but whenever I was a super hardcore gamer and I gamed with my friends, it was all about who's the best, competing,
Yeah.
1v1s, fighting each other, all that kind of stuff. And as far as the crypto space goes, so far, all the games are role-playing games where you're running around a world, collecting items, leveling yourself up, that sort of thing, because those games are a lot easier to make. And so we're trying to go the other route of player versus player. It's all going to be about competition. So we're going for I guess you could say League of Legends style game. It's going to be top-down MOBA, 5 versus 5 battle arena game.
Yeah.
That will sort of be the overall, if you wanted to compare it to something, Smite, League, those type of games, pushing really the competitive spirit of the game. So yeah, I think that's a good overview. I know that was really long-winded, but there's a lot there to cover. So yeah, anything I should touch up on that I missed there?
No, not really, man. There's a few other things we'll get into in just a minute. I'm gonna flip over to the website real quick. If you want to check it out, I will pin this link if I can get my buttons right. So yeah, I'm gonna pin this link in the
Ewomsdivide.com.
There we go.
EWOM, if you're wondering how in the heck you spell Ewom.
EWOMS Divide.com. So, just going through that's a preview of two of the characters. I think it's pretty dope. So, as far as the NFTs, if you go over just the NFTs real quick, how to acquire characters, weapons, and the armor and stuff like that.
Yeah, so basically the NFTs in this game, because like I said, we want to keep it fair for everyone who doesn't own the NFTs. We want to keep it available for all those people. The way that you will acquire the NFTs is either minting them or buying them on OpenSea. I mean, that's just what it is. But as far as what they do for you in game, is going to be cosmetics, and they're going to unlock a certain character for you that will have a certain ability, and then beyond that there's going to be weapons. So in this game, if you play a game like League, trying to give this something for people to compare it to, you select your character and your character only has one weapon and they only have a certain amount of abilities, and that's all that character does. We're trying to go a different route here where each character does have a special ability, a special perk that it gives you, but then also where you actually get your weapons where you get your abilities is from your weapon. So essentially at launch, what we're aiming for is to have 5 free-to-play weapons, and each weapon will have totally its own unique abilities, and then probably 3 to 6 exclusive weapons that are only unlocked if you own the NFT. So basically, these NFTs are going to be full-bodied. They're going to have armor, and they're going to be holding a weapon. And so if you own the NFT with that weapon, you essentially get that character unlocked as well as the weapon that they're wielding. And so that is going to give you, you know, unlockables. And then beyond that, to enroll in the rewards program, if you collect one NFT or 3 NFTs, but each one holding one of the 3 weapons, right? So we're going to have a staff, we're going to have dual hammers, and there's going to be probably a mace and a shield as the third one. If you collect an NFT with all 3 of those, you're going to be automatically enrolled in the Ewomian rewards program, and that's going to be where a lot of the rewards are going to come from through our ecosystem. So, but yeah, so we're going to have a whitelist. It'll be, I think we're giving away some tonight if anyone's interested in that. But the alternative way is you go to the Discord, you chat a bunch, and then you go buy a golden ticket, and that gets you on the whitelist.
Yes.
The whitelist essentially gives you half off, basically. So we'll have the private sale, we'll have the public sale, right? Private sale will be for only whitelisters, and that's going to be $150 per NFT, and then public sale will be $300 per NFT. So if you get on the whitelist, you essentially get half off. And then beyond that, you also, if you get on the whitelist, you can, this is all in the white paper. I would recommend that you go read it if you really want to get into the nitty gritty. But if you get on the whitelist, you know, you're only going to be able to mint 4 at public sale. So if you get on the whitelist, you can mint 3. And so if you wanted to mint 7, you could do that by getting on the whitelist, minting your 3. Then once public sale happens, you can mint 4.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the thing there with the NFTs and how we're acquiring them. And I don't know, I guess this is a good time to bridge into it. So, storyline of the game.
Yes.
Is
which I'm a big fan of.
I think it helps with the oh wait, sorry, we have a question in the chat. What's the power difference between the NFT weapons and the free to play weapons? Okay, so that is a huge thing, Henry. The NFTs unlock you a exclusive weapon, but that weapon is not necessarily more powerful than the free to play weapons. It's just going to be different. It's probably going to be cooler. You know, that's the whole thing. It'll be exclusive, and we're not minting that many NFTs. So we'll have in total, after both NFT collections, it will be 7,000. And then, but after the first one, it will only be 3,500. Anyway, go read the white paper if you want all the details.
Yes.
There will not be a advantage to have it. It will just be an exclusive. Like, I'm part of this club. I can play this class.
Collector's Club.
But yes, but if you want to go play, you want to invite your little cousin Timmy to come play against you, and he's better than you at the game, he's still gonna win.
Yeah.
You still lost. So it's going to be purely strategic, right? It's going to be based primarily on 5v5 gameplay with all different weapon abilities, right? So one weapon will be focused on healing, another weapon will be focused on, you know, having shields, defense, another one will be focused on purely dealing damage. And so you got to work together with your team to actually decide, right? If you run around with a team of 5 healers, you're not going to stand a chance, that kind of thing. So there's going to be, you know, a lot of strategy that goes into it, and the goal is to have it balanced for everybody that wants to play. So you can just call up your buddy who you know loves League of Legends and be like, hey, come play this game with me, and he can just download it and start playing, and he has just a shot to be good as you. So there's that question answered. But back to the storyline. So basically the planet is called Ewom. That's the name of the planet, and this planet is split into 2 halves. And you know, if you think about Earth, the sun rotates around with the moon, so the light is always reflecting around at different times of day. This planet is split literally in half, where the sun and the moon rotate on the side, where one half of the planet is always lit by the sun and the other half is always lit by the moon. And the storyline of the game is there's 2 factions: the Tayo, who live in the light, and the Kurai, who live in the dark.
Kurai's my favorite.
So the, you know, hundreds of years ago, something happened, and you know, we're still fleshing out all the details on that sort of stuff, but it will be released as we go on. The Tayo basically banished all the Kurai to live in the darkness, and now they're forever at war. And so if you look at the website, if you pull back up the website really quick,
Yeah.
you can see on the left side that's a Tayo, and then on the right side it's Kurai. So essentially the faction on the left, the Tayo, they're gonna have a more heroic type of vibe. They're gonna be not good in the sense that they are actually good, but as far as art style and all that sort of stuff, they're gonna be more good and heroic.
They're the Marvel of oh, excuse me, I don't know if I can say that, but
Yeah.
and then you got
copyrighted, bro.
yeah, and then you got DC over here is the dark side.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and so the Kurai are the dark side, and they're cunning, they're sly, they're sneaky, they're stealthy.
Yeah.
And so that's the storyline of the game. So whenever you play in game, you're gonna be fighting one side against the other. In the same way that if you ever have played Call of Duty, for example, one game you're playing as the Spetsnaz, and the next you're playing as the Germans, or whatever the case is. It just depends on the level, and you'll be rotating back and forth between them. But that's sort of that's the storyline there. So because of that, we're actually gonna, in our NFT collections, we are going to actually split it. So the first collection will be 3,500 NFTs. That will be the most that there will ever be, and that will be all the Tayo, and that will be the first collection that we launch. And then later, after we launch Token, much closer to game launch, we will release the Kurai collection, which I think is really the one that everyone is looking forward to. Everyone I've talked to so far, no one's like, oh, I love the Tayo. Everyone is like Kurai gang.
Everybody's Kurai gang.
Anyway, so that's why there's going to be two different collections. We talked about doing it as one big collection, but I think it's more fun to split it up, and you can really take your pick about which side you want to invest in, or if you want to go for both. And that's pretty much how that's going to go. So if you see there, there's some images. That's the upper body and some head styles that we have for the Tayo collection. We haven't released anything about the Kurai yet, except for what's at the top of the page. That's the most you're going to get there. And then if you scroll down a little bit more, you can see weapons and that sort of stuff. Did the stream just cut off?
No.
No? Is that just my computer? Okay. It was.
Yeah, I just flipped it. I just flipped it back and forth.
Okay,
yes, there's the hammers.
Scroll over on that box. You'll see different weapons, dual hammers, and there's go over one more. There's a shield and all that sort of stuff. So there's some good information there. Further down, we have the roadmap, just general goals that we're trying to hit, all that sort of stuff, and then
with no dates, because when you don't hit dates, people get angry. So the dates have been removed to basically just to show that we're still checking off stuff, but there's not an exact day time.
Yeah.
Because we want to make sure that it's 100% before everything's released.
Absolutely, yeah. That's something that we actually learned from talking from there actually were originally dates here, but talking to all these other projects, they're like, yo, get the dates out of there.
Yes.
You're shooting yourself in the foot. So, and I think that's fair. I did a lot of research and thinking about it, because I didn't know if I agreed, but you think about something like Facebook's Meta, they're creating their metaverse. They don't have a date for that. They're just saying, we're making this thing, we'll release information whenever we have it, and that's what we're doing. And so I think that's a more professional approach anyway.
Yeah.
And so that's that. And then if you hit the white paper really quick, just so people can see, if you click the white paper, it actually takes you over to a Gitbook page. And some of that information is actually probably subject to change, but not too much. And then beyond that, in the About Us, I don't have the team stuff there yet. I only have information about our LLC. So we are an official LLC out of Georgia. And that's pretty much that, right? That doxed me through that. And Vince here is a part of the team, and so we're as transparent as we can be. If anyone has any questions about that, we're trying to get all that information there. So we have information about the token. We're gonna have staking and all sorts of fun stuff. So Yeah, so that sort of covers the NFT side of it. And if you want to really get into it, if you read the EDT section and the staking, we're taking a very
Yes.
different approach there. I think that's
Yes.
going to be something that sets us apart significantly from other projects. Do you want me to go into that right now?
Yeah, I got it. I got it up. The EDT. I got it up right
Okay.
now.
Okay. So
So
basically,
EDT stands.
max.
By the way, EDT stands for Ewoms Divide token. Just to let you know.
Yep. Yep. Simple as that. Quick and easy. Yeah. So
Yeah.
EDT will be how we refer to it. So um, the traditional way on all these microcap tokens is you basically mint, like if you see there, total supply is 10 trillion. But the traditional way, if you look at like any of these other, smaller projects coming out, they'll mint all 10 trillion tokens. They'll take a certain percentage of it and they'll sell it in a pre-sale. They'll take a certain percentage of it and put it into liquidity and all that sort of stuff. And basically what that leaves is the project is just sitting there with an insane amount of tokens after all of it's been dispersed, and you're just really trusting that the project isn't going to dump that or
Yeah.
whatever.
Exactly.
And it's fine. That's one way of doing it. Our way is going to be totally different. So one thing that we're doing is that our token will be on Ethereum, but at this point I've pretty much set my heart on we're going to be bridged over to Polygon as well. So it'll be on Ethereum or Polygon, the token. NFTs will be purely Ethereum just because of OpenSea
Yes.
and just the popularity of Ethereum with NFTs. But regardless, the token will be on either side, Polygon or Ethereum. But we want to keep the gas, since we're going to be an ERC20 token, we want to keep it as low as possible. So the deal is no tax. So you see there, buy
No
and sell
tax.
there's zero. So whenever you buy into our token, it's going to be, you get the exact amount that you put in. And what that does in turn is it makes your gas fee pretty much nothing. Like, I don't know, everyone talks about, oh, ETH gas. Yeah, it sucks. But if you go and you send just straight Ethereum from one person to another, the gas fee is usually less than $10. The issue is whenever a token has a tax system that is like doing a redistribution and then it's sending 3% here, 5% there, 6% there. Basically what that's doing is it's adding on one transaction for each of those different things.
Yeah.
And that causes the taxes to go through the roof, because now all of a sudden you're not doing one transaction, even though it feels like you are to you. You're really doing like 6, 7, 8 transactions.
Yeah. Exactly.
And that's whenever you get those like $300, $400 gas fees on a bad day. So to help with that, there will be no tax. There's going to be no tokens going from here to there, whatever. It's going to be literally, you send 10 tokens to Vince here, that's what he gets, and there's no taxes on it. So then the next question everyone has is, okay, well, how are you going to pay for marketing? How are you going to do this? How are you going to do that? So through our minting, right? So essentially, we are going to mint a certain amount. It's probably looking like roughly 2 trillion at the start, and then we will be minting on a minting schedule as we go forward. So whenever we mint more tokens, who do those tokens go to? It's going to be to the people who have staked with us. So essentially, it sort of operates like a proof of stake network, if you know anything about that. Like, that's what Ethereum is moving to. Rather than having miners, you basically stake your Ethereum and then they'll pay you more Ethereum in return, and that's sort of how they get the tokens out into the hands of the people.
Yeah.
And so that's what our model here is going to be. So basically, you can take your tokens, you can stake it with us to receive more tokens, and as we mint, it'll be on a schedule, it'll be automated, all that sort of stuff. We'll have the contract audited, all that sort of stuff. But essentially, as we mint, based on how much you own of the total supply, is how much you're going to get as your staking reward. And so that's how the tokens will slowly be dispersed, rather than just minting them all and letting them sit there, because there's no reason to have minted tokens when you don't need them yet.
Yeah.
Which is what most of these tokens have been doing. So that's sort of the thing with that. I know it's sort of confusing and very different from what everyone else is doing, but a fun thing that that's going to create is we are going to also do different types of staking. So it's not just going to be take your EDT, stake your EDT to earn more EDT. We're going to do fun things like, hey, take your docs and stake it with us and we'll pay you EDT. Hey, come stake your stable coins with us and we'll pay you back in EDT. And that's going to give you, that's going to give us opportunity to interact and be cooperative in this, small community of other projects. I see Matt in the chat. We could say, hey, take your Gorilla Diamond.
Hey, what's going on,
stake
Matt?
it with us. We'll pay you in EDT. And that's sort of the way that the tokens are going to get spread out. And so that's sort of our model. It's going to allow us to really participate with other tokens and other projects. And also, if you just want to stake ours, then it's fine. But that's sort of how that's going to work. Beyond that, EDT will also serve as play to earn, but it's not just play to earn, it's win to earn. So that's something that's also going to be distinguished, is whenever you play a match, it's going to be, if you win, your team, if your team wins, you earn tokens. You don't just earn them so it's going to push that competitive spirit of the game. So we're not calling it play to earn, it's win to earn. And so you will earn EDT for that, and also we'll have different skins, different weapons, all those sorts of things that you can buy in game, and you can purchase them with EDT as well. So that's sort of the overall use case of that. It's going to go a long way in our staking, but also doing that. And so this whole thing is sort of built on, we're trying to really reward holders as best we can in every way that we possibly can. And so I hope that covers EDT a little bit. I know if anyone has a question, please drop in the chat, because I know it's very different. But essentially, a question I've got a lot is like, well, if you don't have any tax, then how are you going to, pay for anything? It's like, well, first of all, we don't want to be dumping our own token. I think that's so idiotic to say, all right, here's a 12% tax of our own token, and we're going to turn around and we're going to dump it on you. Like, first of all, we stole it out of your wallet whenever you made your transaction. You lost 12%. And now, not only that, we're going to turn around and we're going to dump it on the chart and cause huge red candles. Like, that is a bad, it doesn't support your chart, doesn't support the community. It's not good for anybody involved. And so we're not looking to do that. Our goal is to create revenue 1,000 other ways than having to do that. But if we ever do need to do that, whenever we mint tokens, we can take a few percentage of it and use it for marketing and that sort of thing. And it will serve the same purpose of taking 6% out of, each transaction, but it's not taking it from the community members, if that makes sense, right? It's as they're minted, we're taking it, rather than whenever Ryder here goes to buy his $1,000 worth and we just took 10% of his $1,000. Like, that's not cool. So
and then you gotta wait for the chart to pump to break even.
Get yourself back, you're 10% at a loss after you just bought in. So we're trying to avoid that. Now, one concern, I see Avik is in the chat. He's said this about, I think, 100,000 times, roughly. How are you going to stop bots and people from, just buying and selling, those? And we actually did see that. I don't know if you remember, Ryder, with Cred.
Yep.
You had that bot buying like 200 grand or whatever, 80 grand, and then dumping it, 80 grand, dumping it, 80 grand, dumping it, because there is no sell tax. And that creates an atmosphere where people can do that. And so that's something that we can toy with, maybe add it into the contract if we need to, or maybe at least have it at the beginning, say like 20% tax for the first, few days or whatever. But at a certain point, I want people to be able to buy, and if it goes up 5%, I want you to be able to take that 5% profit. Like, I think you should be able to do that. I don't think that that's necessarily a bad thing. The problem is whenever bots come in and just wreck everyone. So that's an interesting thing, but on the long term, there's going to be no buy and sell tax. So that's the thing.
Yes, Matt, we have a token.
You're late. Come on, man. So basically, yes, Matt, we're launching a GameFi token and all this fun stuff. You'll have to rewatch this. I don't want to go over it all again, but you can check out the website. He pinned it at the top.
Game, play to earn, NFTs. EDT
player
token.
Versus player, free to play, all that. So anyway, essentially, I'm so late. Sorry. But he says when. We can't give dates, Matt. Come on now.
I know.
Anyway, hopefully soon. I'll be perfectly honest with you. We're trying to do the NFT launch first before the token launch,
Yeah.
and then after the token launches, or after the NFTs, we'll do the token launch. And so at this point, we're really just waiting on NFT art. So our artist is working hard on it,
Yeah.
but we're just waiting on all that NFT art for the first collection to be done.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty much the answer to when. We don't really know. We're sort of waiting on art. Um, but I can tell you that I think pretty soon, within the next probably, let's say, a month or two, we can have some pretty cool like teaser trailers of at
Yes.
least the environments, a few characters, some weapons, maybe a fight sequence, maybe the UI,
Yes.
that sort of stuff. So we're a lot further along in gameplay than most other GameFi projects, and that's something that I really want to try to do. Try to have something like, hey guys, we have something real to show you. It's not just, hey, we're promising to make a game, right? That's what a lot of these projects are doing now. It's like, hey, we're gonna make the greatest meta game you've ever seen, and it's like, okay, but do you have a trailer or characters or anything? And it's like, no, we'll get back to you on that.
Yeah.
So we're trying to really have an actual product to show before you buy in.
Yeah.
That's sort of the big thing.
It's
Matt says
Matt.
BSC.
Yeah, it's ERC, and with later with the Polygon Bridge, right?
Yeah, that's sort of the plan right now. I actually wouldn't be opposed to going BSC as well. I mean, you might as well have it as many places as you can. So I don't know. That's something interesting. And Matt, I don't know if you remember, but that's why I was asking you, when are you guys gonna roll out ERC20 for your
Yeah,
your diamond
yeah.
wallet there? Because I'm trying to get on. I want to be the first ERC20 token that you guys host. But anyway,
Yeah.
um,
Hint, hint. No.
yeah, not a hint, bro. Make it happen.
Yeah. Obvious wink. No.
So anyway, yeah, I think that's pretty much the token. There's a lot there, and I think
Yeah.
I think it's going to be really interesting. I think it might be, my biggest concern is that it'll be scary to some people because minting will be part of it. Um, like it scares people that someone could just mint, tokens whenever. But like I said, we are an LLC. You know, our team is very doxed, and so I hope that's not a huge concern. It's really no different than, like I said, a project minting all 10 trillion and not using them all and just sitting on them and could sell them at any time.
Yeah.
There will still be a maximum supply, so at the worst, we're only going to be able to mint 10 trillion tokens, and that's it.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much it. Reed says, estimated date for the game. It's okay if it's Q4 as long as it went smoothly. That's not a question I'm ready to answer, Reed. I'm just not. There's a lot that's going to go into it. We're going to have rounds and rounds and rounds of beta testing, because I'm going to be honest, I'm not going to have a side of mask launch.
Yeah. Oh man, come on.
It's just a mess and everything's good. Like, I'd rather, let's wait 2 years and launch a project that works and is smooth as butter. Like, the new investor coming in is like, yo, I can download this, play it for free. It just works. There's going to be a lot of security things involved because there's going to be, playing to earn and all those sort of things as well. So there's a lot to consider here. But as far as beta testing, I could maybe see Q4, or maybe let's say alpha testing, where we really start, giving it out to community members and, really matchmaking and playing it out, because a huge part of that is we are going to need alpha and beta testers, because it's going to be hard for me to work on it and work on all of these weapons and not really play it in a 5v5 scenario. So it's like, I don't know if the dual hammers are overpowered until I really get in a game and play it with a bunch of other people. So yeah, we'll have to do a lot of that. So anyway, yeah, hope that answers your question.
So Avik said, asked if can we uh, buy NFTs using a token, and whatever token is used to buy NFT will be burned automatically. Uh,
Uh, that's a possibility. We are going to have a burn function into the contract, so we have a lot of other creative ways that we're looking to do burns. I think, um, but at the same time, I don't want to have an automated burn that we can never turn off because it is a transactional currency. So that if little Timmy wants to say, "Hey, mom, I need the skin for 9.99," hand me your debit card, they swipe it, they get their tokens and then they can buy, their skin in game. We don't want to have it to where it burns the supply so far down that now little Timmy is buying 0.000125 of a token for a $10 skin. Like that just
yeah,
doesn't make any sense. So we need to keep the supply high enough that it works well with the game, with people earning the tokens and all that sort of stuff. And like, everyone knows that the reason that people are attracted to these small tokens is because like it's like, oh, I got a billion tokens
yeah,
versus if you
exactly.
buy into Ethereum, you're like, oh great, I got 0.05 of an
Yeah.
Ethereum. Like nobody gets excited about that. And so we want to, but it's going to be a
Token
balancing act,
rich.
right? Yeah, right. I'm a billionaire. I'm a shit billionaire, whatever. Yeah. So
And then
there's
they're
going to
then
be a
then
balancing
they're
act.
crying, win 1 cent.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like, dude, there's a quadrillion tokens. What did you expect? Yeah, but there's going to be a balancing act where we're not going to mint so many that it dilutes the chart, and we're not going to mint so few or burn so many that it causes, a big issue. But I have lots of Oh, Matt's out of here. Later, bro. Sorry.
See you,
I
man.
usually don't pay so much attention to the chat, but for some reason it's really catching my eye tonight. Um,
You got to
I don't
answer
know.
all the
I lost my
questions,
train of thought.
man. That's what it's
I lost my
about.
train of thought. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. Um, but anyway, yeah. So we've sort of just been keeping this sort of hush hush until I guess today we were really ready.
Yeah,
We hired on an actual professional marketing person with like years and years of experience. We have a real artist, that's dedicated to just doing the art. We have Vince here, who's doing a lot of our communication. Is going to be doing, I guess, partnerships and meeting with other people and all that sort of stuff. And I'm looking for another developer to come on that knows anything about Unity. So we're building the game in Unity. So anyone who has any clue about Unity and C Sharp, hit me up. I could definitely talk to you about bringing you on board. Or 3D modelers, because obviously we'll need weapons, characters, all that sort of stuff. And if we could have someone on the team doing it, I think that's way better than outsourcing. But it is what it is. Whatever we need to do, we'll do to get it done.
yeah.
Avic
Uh,
says launch some exclusive merch before NFTs, and whoever will buy will be whitelisted. That's an interesting. I like that
yeah.
actually.
Well, funny story is, I've already got. Well, I got our shirts on the way. So
Okay.
so
All
far,
right. All
so
right.
far,
All
and
right.
yeah, I'm working the merch angles right now. So
Yes. Yeah. So he is getting us some merch. So it'd be interesting to see the demand, and if it's really there, yeah, let's definitely go for
yeah,
it. I
yeah, and
wonder
that's
about.
the main thing is I don't want to, you know, I don't want to buy 100 shirts and five or I'm sitting here with boxes of t-shirts. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. You guys see all the boxes in the background on the stream? Yeah.
yeah,
No, that's real. We might even be able to do something where like, uh, you know, wait, take a bunch of orders, tell people it's going to take a few weeks, and then get them made or something like that. That
yeah,
way we avoid, because no one wants to be sitting on boxes and boxes of hats and shirts and stickers and
yeah, yeah.
random stuff like that. I've seen people
But
do that a lot, but
for as far as the whitelisting goes, hey, head over to the Discord. Link for the Discord is on the website. Head over to the Discord, and that is the easiest way right now to get on that list.
yeah, absolutely. You basically chat every time you send a message, you get a certain amount of coins. You can check how many you have. with the exclamation point money command. And then once you get a million tokens or a million coins, sorry, you buy a golden ticket, and that gets you on the whitelist. And then later on down the road, if you have the golden ticket in your inventory, you're on the whitelist, you're good. Later on down the road, we'll just have to have everybody give us their wallet addresses, because that's how the whitelist will actually function.
Yeah.
So we'll have to collect your wallet address, but we'll be doing that later on down the line. But I really like that idea. If you buy some merch, you're on there. That'll be super cool.
Yeah.
I think it would be interesting. I know Matt just left. Doesn't Gorilla Diamond have a cool merch store?
Yes, they
You know,
do.
they
Yes,
got a
they
pretty dope
do.
merch store.
And if they buy, hey, if we can get on there and they buy our merch, you get if you have GDT, you get reflections.
Matt, come back.
I know. Come back. Hey, we need to work this out.
Smooching that man for all he's worth. No, but, yeah, that'd be super cool. That would be interesting. I mean, you definitely get a lot more eyes on it. People be like, Ewoms Divide, what the heck is that? And if anyone, and then here's a question: Ewom is a weird name, right? So if anyone wants to know where that came from, well, I got to explain the three main names so far. But originally we were very cat oriented, and we were a cat project. And so one of the people in the Discord just threw that out there because it's meow scrambled. so so if you scramble it, it's that. And then it was like Ewoms Divide. That
Yeah.
actually sounds pretty cool. Like that
Yeah.
sounds like it could be a video game. And then a big thing, issues that a lot of projects have is ranking in Google. Because it's hard to rank in Google these days. Like, especially if you throw up a new website, like the longer the website is, the more content they have, the more links and all that. It's really hard to get ranked. If you do something like something Inu, like those types of things are really hard to rank for. But I typed in Ewoms Divide, or I typed in Ewom, and there was nothing. The closest thing that comes up if you type in Ewom is Ewoks from Star Wars.
Yeah.
So it pulls up like random Ewok thing. So if you type Ewoms Divide right now, our website is ranking #1, and below that you'll see a bunch of like random Ewok stuff or whatever. But at least it puts us on the map as
Yes.
#1. You can
Yes.
easily find us. And as we grow and get in different places, it will be the first thing that comes up very easily. So that was sort of that. And then the name Taiyo means sun or light in Japanese, and Kurai means darkness in Japanese. So that's where those names came from as well. So, but yeah, that's sort of the name. But anyway, I can just see someone on the Gorilla Diamond thing like, what the heck, Ewoms Divide? What is this?
But yeah, man, I've been getting us out there, man. Just it's been little sneaky links here and there, but
Yep.
yeah, man, it's now we're in that. Tonight is the official. We're going hard at it.
Absolutely, yeah. This launch is the start of the real marketing, and then we're gonna go from here. Seek out some other influencers, partner with other projects, do
Yes.
everything we can. It might actually be something to consider going Binance and Ethereum rather than Polygon to start, simply because we have all these partnerships with all these Binance projects, right? If we could get on Gorilla Diamond, we could get docs with docs, all that kind of stuff. It might change, but either way, I'm definitely going to use docs. We have an AMA coming up with them. Is that Friday or next Friday? When is it?
Monday.
All right.
Check
Yes,
that out.
Monday. Ignore me. I want to ask them at that time, can I get docs through you yet? Because I know they're gonna like launch their soft launch soon.
Yes.
So I'll throw the 1BNB to them and get docs through them, and then it'll be on their page and all that. So
Henry's at me in my pen.
Yeah. Hey,
that's my hints.
Credit for. He does all the scheduling and everything. He's the real MVP. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what else to say about it unless anyone else has any questions. I'm super pumped to share footage, share some gameplay, fight sequences, characters, all that sort of stuff, but it's really too early at this point, simply because a lot of that stuff is subject to change. And so I don't want to share something and then someone's like, hey, why did it look like this whenever you shared the trailer or whatever. I want
Yeah,
to get it really locked down as best we can before we
absolutely.
start sharing.
That's the goal,
But
man. We wanna make sure, to protect our investors. We want to make sure to protect the game and to protect the project. By making sure everything's 100%, because we don't want to fall in the category of a lot of these failed projects that are under over promising and under delivering, and that really can kill a project. So
oh, quick,
yeah.
quick.
So our thing, we are under promising, and
Yes,
our goal is to over deliver.
absolutely. I couldn't have said it better, man. Let's get something to show people and show the world before we really put ourselves out there. So that's what we're trying to
Absolutely.
do. Sorry if it seems slow to some of you guys who have been around forever since last year. But we want to do it slow. We want to do it organically, and we want to do it like sustainably, where it's not just going to be a quick pump and dump. Because I've seen that happen far too often recently.
Absolutely.
Um,
I'm so tired of
but
seeing those, man. I mean, I
I'm
mean,
not
don't get, I
blaming
mean,
you.
don't get me wrong. I mean, it's all right to make a quick buck, man. But if you slow on the fingers, man, it's you go
Oh
you
yeah.
get wrecked hard, and it's
Oh yeah.
if you ain't got
You're
the
left holding the bag.
yeah, especially, man, if you got people throwing their last few dollars in just to get wrecked, dude, it sucks.
Yep. It does, man. It's trash.
Yeah,
That's definitely not the direction we're trying to go with this. So anyway,
absolutely.
but yeah.
This has been
Well,
awesome.
any other questions? Oh yeah, Cred and Docs have broken my heart, dude. Me too. I'm with you 1,000%. Especially Cred, man. That Cred candle. Ugh,
Yeah.
that that's tough.
But
But we'll
but man,
see.
they got Jetstar, man. They still they got all they got a lot of stuff going for them, man. It's just I don't know. I don't see a whole lot of marketing on their end, but
Yeah, man. They're not.
hopefully soon. I mean, I've talked with Neckbones. If you know who Neckbones is over at Jetstar, I've talked with him a couple times, and they are getting ready to be in the process of getting ready to do some full blown marketing, and that's gonna, because I still hold Jed, I still hold Cred. So you know what I'm saying? That hey, if I tell you, hey, I'm long term on this project.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna say this though. I'm scared because on the 20 tomorrow, more of the pre-sale tokens get released, and that's scary. That thing is gonna fall to, I don't
Yeah.
know, the depths.
Man, I don't. Well, yeah.
Well,
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
yeah. Well, the flip side is that all the because the first round of pre-salers are only uh they
Y-
only got it at the 30-day mark, so there won't be all those people. That'll only be the tier two and
Tier
tier
two
three
and
or
tier
whatever.
three, yeah.
Yeah.
Because tier one's they already got their tokens and
Yep.
and out.
Yep.
So tier two gets
But yeah.
their other 50%, and then tier three gets their 25%
Mhm. Yep.
of what they
So,
bought
all
into.
that being said, we're trying to not go that route and not have those sorts of things. But I don't consider either of those projects that he mentioned a pump and dump by any means. But they did pump and they did fall, and that's a real thing that happens. So,
Yeah, it is. But like I say, what marketing does wonders, because there's still a lot of people that don't know about the projects, and that's the reason for worldwide crypto. It's
yeah,
because we're
trying
trying
to
to shed
bring it to the
light,
people.
bring it to the light.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the goal. That's the goal. So, anyway, I don't. If there's any other questions, speak now or forever hold your peace. But definitely super excited for the future, and I can't wait to get this marketing really going. I'm gonna
Yes,
start trying to be in some Twitter Spaces at least a couple times a week from now on, and just really get the word out, and uh, you know, I don't know, spread awareness. I think people will be excited once they hear about it. So
yes,
that's
absolutely.
pretty much that's pretty much it. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. For
Thank
real,
you
it
very
means a lot.
much.
Supporting us double here with Worldwide Crypto and Ewoms Divide. That's some dedication. You guys are the real ones.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Yeah, all you guys has been supporting us all. Hey, hats off to you, man, because every time we see you guys in the chats, every time we see another one, even if it's one subscriber, if it's one subscriber in a week, man, it keeps me pumped. So we moving forward and doing big things. You know what I'm saying? And you guys that are supporting us, we really appreciate everything.
Absolutely. All right.
So,
well, I guess Friday. Is that our next
yes.
stream?
So yes, hey, if y'all don't know about them, wafer. If y'all ain't see our wafer AMA, circle back and circle back, because this is the we're going to be talking about the post V2, because they moved to their V2, so it's lot of a lot more information is going to be brought out and stuff. So this is going to be another great AMA with wafer. I really support those guys. Them guys are they're doing big things.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Red Wave.
All
If you
right.
don't know about it, go check it out.
Yeah. Download it on iOS or Android. It's pretty dope.
Absolutely. Well, man, hey,
right.
we're gonna get out of here. Thanks again for the support. If you ain't liked and subscribed yet, hit them buttons. Takes 2 seconds. Hit them buttons.
Please.
Yeah.
I'm not too proud to beg.
But yeah, hey,
All right.
we're out of here. See you guys later.
See you guys on Friday.